world has been waiting for you. Yes, you. Not in some distant future, not when the time feels perfect, but right now. For too long, you've felt the stirrings of something greater, the quiet whispers that remind you that you're not like everyone else. Those whispers weren't random. They were a call to rise, to lead, and to claim what has always been yours. This isn't just about dreams or potential. This is about stepping into the role the universe has reserved for you since the beginning. The throne isn't waiting for someone else. It's waiting for you. You've endured trials that most wouldn't survive. You've walked through darkness and questioned your worth, yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you realize. Those challenges weren't punishment. They were preparation. They shaped you into the kind of leader the world needs now. Look around. This is not a time for hesitation. The universe has already aligned, creating opportunities and opening doors that only you can walk through. The stage is set, and the spotlight is on you. You weren't chosen by accident. You weren't called to greatness for no reason. You are here because you possess something unique, something no one else can offer. It's not just talent or potential. It's the combination of your resilience, vision, and the fire that refuses to go out, no matter how many storms you've faced. This fire wasn't given to you to keep you warm. It was given to you to light the way for others, to guide, to lead, to transform. The throne isn't just a symbol of power, it's a responsibility. It's your destiny. And the only thing standing between you and that throne is your willingness to step forward. Will you answer the call? Will you rise to meet the destiny that's been chasing you for so long? Because the world isn't waiting anymore. The time isn't coming, it's here. Your time has come, chosen one. The throne is waiting for you. Are you ready to claim your throne? Drop a "I am ready" in the comments. Before we dive in, I need a quick favor. Lately, my videos have faced some challenges reaching those who need this message. If you find value in what you're about to hear, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep bringing these powerful insights to you. The power of vision, defining your throne. The power of vision is like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. It cuts through the chaos, guiding you to where you're meant to be. Without a clear vision, life can feel like wandering through a dense fog, unsure of which way to turn. But when you understand your purpose, everything begins to align, like stars in the night sky, pointing you toward your destiny. The throne, in this sense, represents more than just leadership or achievement. It symbolizes your unique role in life, the seat of your greatest potential. To define your throne, you must first recognize that it already exists, waiting for you to claim it. Imagine your throne as a reflection of your deepest values and desires. For one person, it may look like leading a movement that changes lives. For another, it could be creating art that touches the soul. Your throne is as unique as your fingerprint. It cannot be replicated, and no one else can sit upon it. To define it, ask yourself, what is the one thing that makes your spirit feel alive? What is the dream or calling that refuses to leave, no matter how much you try to push it aside? These questions are like keys, unlocking the door to your purpose. Your throne isn't built from gold or jewels. It's crafted from your talents, passions, and the ways you can serve others. Having a vision is like holding a map in your hands, but clarity is what allows you to read it. Without clarity, even the best vision can feel overwhelming or out of reach. It's not enough to know that your throne is out there. You need to visualize it with precision. This means taking the time to understand what it looks like, feels like, and how it fits into the greater picture of your life. Picture it not as a far-off dream, but as a destination you are actively walking toward. Clarity transforms vague ideas into actionable steps, like turning a scattered pile of puzzle pieces into a beautiful, complete picture. Vision is also a kind of inner compass, always pointing you toward your true north. When distractions and doubts creep in, as they inevitably will, your vision is what keeps you anchored. It's like a fire in the distance. No matter how dark or uncertain the journey becomes, you can see its glow, reminding you of where you're heading. This focus is crucial because the path to your throne will not always be smooth. There will be twists and turns, but a well-defined vision gives you the strength to navigate them with courage and determination. Your throne is more than just a destination. It's a commitment to your higher self. Defining it requires honesty and self-reflection. But once you do, it becomes the force that propels you forward. The clearer your vision, the more powerfully it pulls you toward it, like a magnet, drawing you closer to your true potential. Overcoming the fear of greatness. The fear of greatness is like standing at the edge of a vast, beautiful ocean, knowing you're meant to dive in, but hesitating because the depth feels overwhelming. It's a fear that whispers, "What if I'm not ready? What if I'm not good enough?" This hesitation often stems from psychological barriers like imposter syndrome, the nagging belief that you don't deserve the success you're striving for, even when all evidence suggests otherwise. It's like wearing a mask, convinced that at any moment someone will pull it off and reveal you as a fraud. But this fear doesn't reflect reality. It's a trick of the mind, a shadow cast by doubt, and it grows only as much as you allow it to. Fear of failure is another weight that holds many back from embracing their true potential. It's like standing frozen on a stage, too afraid to perform because you might hit the wrong note. But failure, far from being a sign of inadequacy, is simply a teacher in disguise. Every stumble or misstep adds to your wisdom, just as every fallen leaf enriches the soil. If you allow the fear of failure to paralyze you, you'll never discover the growth that comes from taking bold steps forward. The truth is, greatness isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Those who achieve it aren't immune to failure. They embrace it as part of their journey. Self-doubt is often fed by the tendency to compare yourself to others. It's easy to look at someone else's achievements and feel as though you'll never measure up. This comparison is like standing in a garden full of diverse flowers and feeling inadequate because you're not a rose, forgetting the beauty and uniqueness of being a sunflower or a wild daisy. Instead of focusing on others, turn your attention inward. Recognize the skills, strengths, and experiences that make you uniquely capable of fulfilling your purpose. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself to grow in your own way. Overcoming these fears requires a combination of mindset shifts and practical actions. One of the most powerful steps is to acknowledge your fear without letting it dictate your actions. Treat it like a passenger in the car, not the driver. Another strategy is to break down big, intimidating goals into smaller, manageable steps. It's easier to take the first step of a mountain climb when you focus on reaching the next ledge instead of staring at the distant summit. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is another way to quiet the voice of doubt. Just as a single candle can light up a dark room, the encouragement of others can dispel fear and remind you of your potential. By sharing your journey with those who believe in you, you create a circle of strength that lifts you higher. Greatness isn't reserved for the fearless. It belongs to those who acknowledge their fear and rise anyway. Each small step forward chips away at doubt, revealing the courage that's been inside you all along. The art of decision-making. As a leader, decision-making as a leader is like steering a ship through an ever-changing sea. Each choice you make directs the course of your journey, and even the smallest misstep can shift the tides. In leadership, decisions are not just about choosing the right path. They are about timing, clarity, and confidence. Without making firm, decisive choices, you risk wandering aimlessly, unsure of where you're heading. It's in the moments of decision that leaders truly rise, shaping the direction of their teams, businesses, and lives. The ability to make confident, timely decisions marks the difference between those who lead and those who follow. When a leader hesitates or overthinks, the opportunity can slip away like sand through their fingers. The key to effective decision-making is not rushing, but understanding the importance of acting with purpose. A leader doesn't have the luxury of waiting forever for the perfect moment. They must trust themselves and take action when the time calls for it. Waiting for all the stars to align can lead to missed opportunities, while acting too quickly without thinking can cause unnecessary mistakes. It's about finding that sweet spot where instinct and reason work together in harmony. The process of decision-making is often a blend of intuition and logic. Intuition is like the inner compass guiding you when the path seems unclear. It's that quiet, inner knowing that helps you sense which way to go even when there's no concrete evidence. On the other hand, logic is the map that lays out the facts, the data, and the reasoning behind each choice. A good leader doesn't rely solely on either intuition or logic. They learn to strike a balance between the two. For example, when facing a tough decision, the first step might be to pause and listen to your gut feelings, but then take a moment to analyze the facts and assess the potential consequences. It's about using both your heart and your mind to come to a conclusion that feels both right and informed. Developing decision-making skills takes time and practice, but there are practical strategies that can help. One effective approach is the 10-10-10 rule, which involves asking yourself, how will I feel about this decision in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years? This helps put the decision into perspective, reducing the pressure of immediate reactions while considering the long-term impact. Another strategy is to break down the decision into smaller, more manageable parts. Instead of tackling the entire decision at once, approach it step by step, considering the pros and cons of each option. This helps clear the fog of uncertainty and makes the path forward more visible. Leaders also benefit from creating a decision-making framework, a set of guiding principles that can provide clarity when faced with tough choices. These principles might include values such as honesty, integrity, or fairness, which act as a compass, pointing the way when the options seem unclear. With experience, these principles become second nature, like an athlete practicing until their movements are instinctual. Ultimately, decision-making is an art that requires balance. Like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble, each decision refines you as a leader, shaping your character and guiding your path forward. Every decision you make contributes to the vision of who you are and what you stand for, so making them with care and confidence is essential. Mastering energy, protecting and amplifying your inner power. Mastering your energy is like tending to a garden where every thought, emotion, and action acts as a seed. To grow a thriving garden, you must nourish the plants carefully, remove weeds that hinder their growth, and ensure they receive enough sunlight and water. Similarly, your emotional, mental and spiritual energy requires mindful care to flourish. Every decision you make, every interaction, and every moment of stillness impacts the energy you carry with you. If you let distractions and negativity invade your mind, it's like letting weeds take over the soil. Your energy becomes depleted, leaving you scattered and unfocused. To master your energy, you must first recognize the importance of guarding it from anything that drains or disrupts your peace. Managing emotional energy involves understanding your feelings without letting them overwhelm you. Emotions are like the weather. They come and go, but they don't define you unless you allow them to. If you react impulsively to every storm that passes, you'll soon find yourself exhausted. Instead, practice noticing your emotions without getting swept up in them. When frustration, sadness, or anger arises, take a moment to breathe, step back, and observe. By creating space between your emotional reaction and your response, you can prevent emotions from controlling your actions. This practice is like building a dam that holds back the floodwaters, allowing you to maintain your peace in the midst of life's challenges. Mental energy, on the other hand, is about focus and clarity. Your thoughts can either uplift you or scatter your energy in 100 directions, like a fan blowing leaves in all directions. To master your mental energy, you must train your mind to focus on the present moment, clearing away the distractions that pull you away from your goals. One effective method is mindfulness, which is the practice of bringing your full attention to what you are doing right now. Whether you're working, eating, or engaging in conversation, being fully present in each moment allows you to conserve mental energy and direct it toward your purpose. Practicing mindfulness is like turning down the volume on a noisy radio, making space for your inner voice to guide you. Spiritual energy is often the most overlooked yet powerful force that fuels your actions. It's the quiet connection to something greater than yourself, a sense of purpose that guides you even when the path is unclear. To amplify your spiritual energy, intentional living is key. This involves aligning your daily actions with your values and purpose, creating a life that reflects your deeper truth. When you live with intention, your energy becomes like a stream that flows steadily toward its destination, rather than a river that branches off in all directions. Spiritual energy also grows when you practice gratitude, meditation, or connection with nature. These practices recharge your inner power, strengthening your connection to the universe and your sense of belonging. Discipline plays an essential role in mastering your energy. It's like building a muscle. At first, it may feel challenging, but with consistent effort, it becomes stronger. Creating routines that prioritize your well-being, such as regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest, helps protect your energy. When you cultivate discipline in your life, you stop reacting to life's demands and begin to direct your energy intentionally toward what matters most. Discipline, combined with mindfulness and spiritual alignment, creates a powerful force that propels you toward your goals while keeping you grounded and focused. The importance of building alliances. Building alliances is like constructing a bridge across a vast river. While you may have the strength and determination to stand on one side, reaching the other side, where your true potential lies, requires more than just your own efforts. You need solid support to carry the weight of the journey, and that support comes from meaningful relationships with others. No one rises to greatness alone. Just as no single tree can form a forest, your success is rooted in the community and alliances you build around you. These connections provide the strength to weather the storms, the wisdom to navigate challenges, and the encouragement to keep moving forward. To attract the right allies, it's essential to know what you stand for and what you seek. When you are clear about your vision and values, you naturally begin to attract those who resonate with your purpose. It's like planting a seed in the right soil. It grows best when it's surrounded by conditions that support its growth. The people you bring into your circle should share similar goals and ideals, not just because they are useful, but because they align with your mission. This alignment forms the foundation of trust and mutual respect, essential ingredients for any successful alliance. When your values match, your goals can merge into a shared path, with each person contributing their unique strengths to the collective journey. Attracting the right allies is also about authenticity. Pretending to be something you're not, or aligning with people who don't genuinely resonate with your beliefs will only create shallow connections. Genuine allies are drawn to your true self, not a version of you that's molded to fit someone else's expectations. Like attracts like. When you are open, honest, and real, you create an environment where others feel safe to be themselves as well. This authenticity breeds trust, the foundation of any lasting relationship. When trust is built, you can work together in harmony, with each person bringing their strengths to the table without fear of manipulation or deceit. Fostering collaboration is another key aspect of building strong alliances. A true ally isn't just someone who stands by you in times of need. They are someone who actively contributes to your success. Collaboration means recognizing the value of others' ideas and perspectives. It's like working together to paint a mural where everyone contributes their own strokes, but the final masterpiece is greater than the sum of its parts. When collaboration is fostered, it encourages creativity, growth, and the sharing of knowledge, helping everyone involved to thrive. It's important to listen and support others, allowing them to share their insights and feel valued for what they bring to the table. Trust is the glue that holds any alliance together. Without trust, the relationship becomes fragile and easily torn apart by doubts or misunderstandings. To build trust, you must first be trustworthy, keeping your word, being reliable, and showing integrity in your actions. Trust grows over time, like the slow but steady growth of a tree's roots. It requires patience, consistency, and genuine effort. As trust builds, so does the strength of the alliance, allowing you and your allies to face challenges together and rise above any obstacles. With a solid foundation of collaboration, trust, and shared vision, your alliances can become a powerful force that propels you toward your true potential. Serving through leadership. Turning power into purpose. Leadership is like holding a flame. Its warmth can either light the way for others or burn only for yourself. Power in itself is neither good nor bad. It's the way it's used that defines its impact. Power for self-gain is like a cup that is filled only for one person, and the more you drink from it, the emptier it becomes. This type of power seeks to fill personal desires, often at the expense of others. It may provide temporary satisfaction, but it's like building a house on sand. The foundation is unstable, and eventually it will collapse. In contrast, power used for service is like a wellspring that overflows, giving water to all those who come near. It nourishes the world around you, and in doing so, it continues to refill itself. The more you serve others, the more you grow, not just in strength, but in purpose. The difference between these two types of power lies in intent. Power for self-gain seeks to elevate the individual, while power for service seeks to elevate the collective. A leader who serves doesn't use their position to control or dominate, but to guide and inspire. This type of leadership is like a tree that provides shade and shelter without asking for anything in return. Its strength lies in its ability to support and nurture the environment around it, not in its own growth alone. When leaders choose to serve, they shift their focus from personal accolades to the well-being of those they lead. They use their influence not to increase their own status, but to create opportunities for others to thrive. To serve through leadership is to align your personal power with the greater good, transforming what could be self-serving into something that benefits the wider world. It's like taking the gifts you've been given, whether talent, knowledge, or position, and using them as tools to uplift and empower others. When you use your gifts to serve, you enrich not only those around you, but yourself as well. Your journey becomes more meaningful when you realize that your success is not just for you, but for the collective. The more you help others find their path, the more your own purpose becomes clear. This is the essence of leadership through service. Finding ways to serve while staying true to your path requires self-awareness and balance. It's like walking a tightrope. Your personal goals and the needs of others must be carefully weighed. You can't pour from an empty cup, so it's essential to ensure that your own needs are met while you serve. This balance allows you to lead with authenticity and integrity. To truly serve others, you must first understand your own strengths and limitations. Once you know where you can contribute and where you need support, you can offer your gifts in ways that make the greatest impact. Serving through leadership also means recognizing that true success isn't measured by the accolades or achievements you accumulate, but by the difference you make in the lives of others. It's about using your power not to build an empire of one, but to create a network of support, growth, and opportunity. By focusing on others' well-being and growth, you transform your leadership into a force that elevates everyone involved, turning your power into a lasting purpose. Facing opposition, thriving despite resistance. Stepping into a position of influence often feels like climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the more resistance you face. The higher your reach, the stronger the winds of criticism, doubt, and opposition that try to knock you off course. Resistance is inevitable. It's like the friction that a car experiences as it accelerates. The faster you go, the more friction there is. The challenge, however, is not avoiding resistance, but learning to move through it without letting it slow you down or deter you from your path. Just as a tree bends in the wind but doesn't break, so too must you learn to flex in the face of opposition, allowing it to strengthen you rather than cause you to falter. Criticism and resistance can come from many sources: external forces such as people who doubt your abilities, or even internal forces like self-doubt. External criticism is often the loudest, like a swarm of bees buzzing around your head, trying to distract and overwhelm you. But remember, the louder the swarm, the closer you are to achieving something significant. Those who criticize you may not see the full picture, just as someone standing at the foot of a mountain can't fully grasp the view from the summit. Understanding this helps you maintain perspective and avoid being swayed by every negative comment. What others say about you reflects more about them than it does about your capabilities. Instead of allowing these opinions to weigh you down, use them as fuel to push forward, proving to yourself and others that you are capable of achieving your goals, despite the obstacles. Internal opposition can often be more subtle, but just as powerful. It's the quiet voice inside that says, "What if you're not good enough?" Or, "What if you fail?" This inner voice is like a shadow that follows you wherever you go, threatening to block the light of your confidence and focus. The key to navigating internal opposition is to recognize it for what it is: fear. Fear is a natural part of growth, like a storm that passes over, temporarily darkening the skies, but never lasting forever. When you face these internal doubts, remind yourself of the strengths you've already shown and the progress you've made. Every time you push through fear, it becomes a little easier to continue moving forward, just as every rainstorm leaves the earth fresher and more nourished. Navigating resistance without losing focus or motivation requires determination and strategy. One of the best ways to stay on course is to break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. It's like eating an elephant one bite at a time. When you focus on taking one step after another, the mountain of challenges doesn't seem as insurmountable. Along the way, celebrate your progress, no matter how small, to maintain momentum. Another strategy is to remind yourself why you began the journey in the first place. Your why is like the compass that keeps you oriented, even when the path becomes unclear. Keeping your vision and purpose at the forefront helps you move beyond temporary setbacks and stay aligned with your true mission. Remember, opposition is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's often a confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. The more you rise, the more resistance you'll face. But with every challenge, you become stronger and more resilient. Like a river cutting through rock, persistence in the face of opposition shapes the landscape of your journey, carving a path that leads to growth, success, and lasting impact. Sustaining your rise, the long-term journey. Sustaining your rise as a leader is like tending to a flame that you've carefully kindled. At first, the fire burns brightly with enthusiasm and energy, but if you don't continue to feed it, it will dwindle into ashes. Maintaining momentum is not just about keeping the fire lit. It's about ensuring that it burns steadily and consistently, even through the toughest winds. Leadership is a journey that requires continuous attention, effort, and care. The early stages may be filled with excitement and inspiration, but as time passes, the demands increase, and the challenge becomes not just about reaching the peak, but staying there. Continuous growth is vital for sustaining your rise. Just as a plant needs to grow toward the sun to stay healthy, a leader must seek out opportunities for learning and development to continue flourishing. Leadership is not a fixed destination, but an evolving journey, where there's always room to grow and refine your skills. It's important to remain humble and open to new ideas, for the world around you is constantly changing. Like a river that carves new paths over time, the ability to adapt is key to long-term success. When you remain open to learning, you gain new perspectives that help you navigate obstacles and uncover opportunities. You are not just growing in knowledge, but expanding your capacity to lead effectively and with wisdom. Adaptability, like the flexibility of a willow tree that bends but doesn't break in a storm, is a crucial quality for sustaining your leadership. The environment you lead in will never remain static. Challenges and circumstances will change, and as a leader, you must be able to pivot when necessary without losing sight of your core values and purpose. Adaptability requires a certain amount of fluidity, a readiness to shift gears when required. It's like adjusting the sails of a ship when the winds change direction. Even when the path becomes uncertain, your ability to stay adaptable ensures that you remain in control, regardless of the external forces at play. However, staying aligned with your mission is equally important. Just as a compass always points north, your mission serves as your guiding star. In times of difficulty or confusion, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But the more grounded you are in your values and purpose, the more resilient you become. Aligning with your mission provides a sense of clarity and focus that cuts through distractions, ensuring that your actions remain purposeful and directed. This alignment helps you avoid the pitfalls of burnout, which can occur when you spread yourself too thin or lose sight of your original passion. Like a musician returning to their favorite melody, revisiting your mission regularly recharges your spirit and refines your direction. Self-renewal is essential to avoid burnout and sustain your impact over time. A leader who does not take time to rest and recharge will eventually find themselves running on empty. Renewal is about maintaining balance and nurturing all aspects of yourself, your body, mind, and soul. Just as a well needs to be replenished with water to continue providing for others, you must regularly invest in your own well-being to continue leading with clarity and vitality. Taking time for reflection, rest, and recreation is not a luxury, but a necessity. By giving yourself permission to pause, you ensure that you can keep going with renewed strength and passion, capable of sustaining your rise for the long haul. If this content resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected. Your support helps us keep bringing valuable insights to you.